Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, more homes burned. Investigators looking into fires at multiple infill and under construction houses. A safe place, Edmonton's new mayor trying to create more shelter space for the homeless. And immunization issues, why pharmacies are struggling to keep up with the demand for COVID shots.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
Two more fires at Infill homes have caught the attention of the Edmonton Police Service. There are now half a dozen recent fires under investigation, with multiple new and under construction homes burned to the ground across the city. CTV's Evan Kenny joins us now from the scene of the latest fire on Saskatchewan Drive in Belgravia. So, Evan, what have you seen there today?
Well, Matt, fire investigators were here throughout the entire day. Now, as you see behind me, half of the lot there completely destroyed. Now, it's a similar situation to an infill that burned down early Sunday morning in Glenora. It's leaving people in both of these neighborhoods worried. Embers rained down in Glenora over the weekend.
I look outside and all you can see is the flames, as tall as these buildings.
One new infill and a heritage building, Edmonton's first fully gas-equipped model home built in 1935, are now rubble. The neighboring infill house also damaged.
It kind of makes everything come a little bit closer to home. Kind of standing there worrying about, is it going to jump to my house next?
Then, Sunday night in Belgravia, a home under construction burned to the ground, another badly damaged, just blocks away from two other suspicious infill fires last week. Neighbors are worried.
It's literally too close to home.
Doug Wiley and Barb Vrolik both live in the area and walk this path often.
I hate to see it become commonplace. You know, it's like every day you walk by and see a house that's burnt out. It's just scary.
It's extremely concerning and extremely scary.
The area's councillor doesn't believe this is a targeted attack on infills. He thinks it could be unhoused people looking for warmth.
We need to make sure that all of us right now are focused on prevention, focused on what can we do. If you're close to a construction site, do you have cameras?
Edmonton Fire and Police are investigating these two fires along with 4 others, making it 6 total suspicious fires since October 18th. Matt?
All right, CTV's Evan Kenny in Belgravia tonight. Thank you. Fundraising efforts are underway for a woman in St. Albert who needed a double amputation after getting hit by a vehicle at work. It happened last Wednesday afternoon in St. Albert. RCMP say Raylyn Jansen was working on the side of the road with a landscaping company when she was struck and pinned by an SUV. The 23-year-old was taken to hospital where her family says she had to have both of her legs amputated from above the knees. She is expected to survive. Friends from the local fitness community are raising money to help with her future recovery.
She's the type of individual that isn't going to say poor me and give up on all of her ambitions, but she's the type of individual that is going to take this and turn it into a positive.
The RCMP says charges are pending. Occupational Health and Safety is also investigating. The province's math and reading screening tests for students in kindergarten to grade 3 are undergoing a change. Now the results must be shared with the children's parents. The province says screening offers a snapshot as to where children's math and reading levels are at and can help identify if further support is needed. Education Minister Dimitrios Nicolaides says informing parents will allow for collaborative intervention plans between parents and teachers.
The intervention that follows is even more important. Obviously, if we just identify students who have who require additional support with reading and math and are not able to provide them with additional support, then we're not meeting the full expectations. So we did allocate $11 million in budget 2025 specifically to support and help school divisions hire staff to conduct these interventions.
Nicolaides says the dollar figure will increase in future provincial budgets. The NDP's education critic says $11 million isn't enough, calling it a drop in the bucket.
You talk to teachers and they have a classroom of 30 students. A third of those students require some kind of support.
If passed, these changes will begin next school year. A second member of the legislature is facing a citizen recall petition. Alberta's chief electoral officer told a legislature committee a recall campaign has been approved for UCP member Angela Pitt. Pitt represents the riding of Airdrie East. Gordon McClure didn't say what reason was given by the applicant for the recall petition. The person who made the application can now start collecting signatures Wednesday. The other approved recall application is for Education Minister and Calgary MLA Dimitrios Nicolaides. Long wait times to get the COVID-19 vaccine through public immunization clinics are creating problems for some pharmacies.
Keep looking at our watch list almost every couple of hours to see if there is an update on the stock or something.
Pharmacist Molly Patel is constantly checking her supplier's website to see if the COVID vaccine is available. More often than not, though, it says 0 are in stock with a message that says limited supply as per vendor. When it does become available, several pharmacists say they're only allowed to order a maximum of 10 vaccines a day. Because the vaccine is being given through public health immunization clinics, Patel says pharmacists were not prepared for the high number of Albertans who would turn to them instead.
As there wasn't enough clarification. Had people known before that if they have a private insurance, they could come to the pharmacies and get it, and they don't need to wait on the call for so long, they don't need to figure out how to do it online, they could have just come to us and we could have ordered the vaccines accordingly in advance, but nothing was clarified.
Pfizer tells CTV News demand has exceeded normal levels. It says limits are set based on a pharmacy or wholesaler's historical buying pattern and meant to keep access fair for all. It says more inventory is expected to arrive in Canada soon. Health Canada is recalling pistachios sold in Edmonton because of possible salmonella contamination. The roasted pistachios were for sale at Fresh Nuts near 125th Street and 132nd Avenue in Northeast Edmonton. They were sold between April 8th and last Wednesday, October 29th. A variety of flavors are being recalled, including barbecue, salt, and lemon. Health Canada says they should be thrown out or returned to the store. Salmonella can be deadly for some people. So far, no illnesses have been reported. As we face months of darker days, an American company is pitching satellite technology that could lift some of the shadows. CTV's Gates Warren has the details.
Many of us are just starting to feel the effects of turning the clock back an hour.
Not to change time anymore. Whatever, I never remember. I think it's the daylight that I would like to stay on and just keep on that forever.
I like the change of time, like the daylight savings part of it.
Now that we're losing sunlight in the evenings, some are wanting a little bit more sun. American company Reflect Orbital hopes to one day help by sending large mirrors into orbit to reflect sunlight back down to Earth.
We got a lot of submissions from people in northern latitudes about whether or not this can be provided in winter to help with vitamin D reception. But we're not making any health claims, but we are happy to try those demos.
It plans to demo the technology next year, starting with energizing solar farms in the evening. The concept already has some concerned.
This is just a recipe for disaster on many levels.
Physics and astronomy professor Phil Angil says beyond adding traffic to orbit, issues around light and air pollution, as well as ecology problems, could arise from adding light at times it naturally wouldn't exist.
It would be weird. It would the brightness would not be constant through the night. There would be fluctuations up and down, and there would be activity all around you in the sky. Yeah, it would be a strange world.
Despite the challenges ahead, the company stands behind its tech.
We're really confident that when we show the demo next year and show the precision and control and explain how it works over time, that there's actually a world where these things can coexist quite well.
And continue to explore other uses to shine a light on. Gates Gorin, CTV News, Edmonton.
All right, Josh, well, the clocks were falling back this weekend. The snow hasn't necessarily been falling around in Edmonton just yet, though.
No, we made it through the entire month of October with no snow. We may not get out of the first week of November without snow, though. Wednesday night into Thursday morning. There's a pretty decent chance that we'll see at least some, although whether it's accumulating remains to be seen. 2 in Elk Island and at the International Airport. Right now it's 3 degrees downtown Edmonton after hitting a high of 7 earlier this afternoon. We started the day at -3, so just slightly above average for the morning low, 3 degrees above average for the daytime high. Today's 4 degrees is now the average high for this time of year. By the end of this week, average daytime high slips to 1. So average temperatures are dropping, and actually forecast temperatures are going to drop as well once we get that snow rolling in. There's your cloud cover that's been making its way across the province through the day today. Lots of sunshine in the northeast, but you'll see a few clouds spill into the Fort McMurray area here later tonight. We've also got a little bit of mixed precipitation in through the foothills and some showers there just off to the east of Grand Prairie. That'll all fall apart before it gets even close to the Edmonton area. In fact, looks like skies will start to clear after midnight tonight. So some clearing through the overnight, -4 and sunshine to start the day tomorrow. Light wind right through the day and a high of about 6. Maybe we get to 7 again tomorrow. And then cloudy, windy, and late in the day, that chance of snow on Wednesday. Full look at that and your 5 and 10-day forecast in a couple minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. More than 10 years after they last came to Edmonton, AC/DC are returning to Commonwealth. The Rock Legends last played Commonwealth Stadium in 2015. The band is bringing its power up toward Edmonton on August 9th of next year. Tickets go on sale this Friday. AC/DC have been making music together since 1973. This tour is in support of the band's latest studio album, which was released in 2020. Coming up next on CTV News, neither rain nor snow nor strike. Why it's mostly business as usual for Canada Post in Edmonton.
Tuesday on your morning, buy now, pay later. It's much more available, but is it good for your finances? Plus, how to know if the images you're looking at online are real or made by artificial intelligence.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
Edmonton's new city council is focusing on safety and homelessness as its first action this term. Council has unanimously passed Mayor Andrew Knack's motion to put up $1 million to help build day shelter space. As CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports, he's also asking the province and the federal government to chip in.
This will not solve everything, to be very clear.
The first action by any new government typically indicates its priorities. Mayor Andrew Knack's first move is pushing for $1 million to set up day shelter spaces for Edmonton's homeless.
They're a quick action that we can take to show that we have heard Edmontonians and that we are delivering upon what they're asking us to do, which is somebody to take the lead on this.
The mayor says there are more than 5,000 people living on city streets in some capacity right now. Encampments, safety, and homelessness are issues every councillor heard about from Edmontonians during the campaign.
Safety, transit safety, and that was brought up time and time again, or fear of coming downtown.
How do we have proactive approaches on that when in terms of community policing and social agencies that support people?
Last winter, the province increased Edmonton's emergency shelter capacity, including some 24/7 spaces. But Knack says many shelters still kick people out during the day. He'd like to give those people somewhere to go.
Would you rather that person be staying in the park? Would you rather that person be staying on the street, or would you rather them have a building where they could go to with care and support?
The city money would come from its Community Safety and Well-Being Fund, with no tax increase required. Knack is hoping to inspire contributions from the province and Ottawa. His staff are in early talks with Minister Jason Nixon's staff about the level of need. Councillor Aaron Paquette says visible homelessness is bad for the city's image and economy.
Would I rather this wasn't coming from Edmonton's funds to do a provincial job? Yes, but am I in support of doing it because the need is clear? Yes.
Social agencies would help iron out the details. Knack is hopeful the day shelters can be set up before winter weather truly hits. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
The zoo's zebras are saying goodbye to Edmonton. The Edmonton Valley Zoo says its Grevy zebras will be leaving Friday. It's part of a plan to prepare for a new construction project and enhancements at the zoo. Grevy zebras are an endangered species. 4 have been born here in Edmonton as part of the species survival plan.
For the animal care staff, it is a bittersweet day. One of the males was born here at the zoo. Actually, 2 of the zebras that we are about out to leave us. We're born here at the zoo, and so they spend countless hours. I always say sometimes the animals we work with at the zoo, sometimes we see actually more than our own families.
Woods says the zoo is not ready to share exactly how the exhibits will be changing. It's been more than a month since the union representing Canada Post workers declared countrywide job action. Rotating strikes are still to come in the Edmonton area. The local union president says the national strategy seems to be focused on job action at smaller offices right now. He adds operations in larger cities like Edmonton are for the most part running as normal. Some local businesses, though, have moved away from using Canada Post because of the uncertainty.
We pivoted pretty quick the first time that Canada Post went on strike, and now with the rotating strikes, we've essentially just have lost confidence in Canada Post.
The union says it continues to fight for a fair contract and hopes some stability will bring customers back. A new player is making the most of his opportunity on the Oilers' top power play unit.
The familiarity that they have with each other is really cool. So it's a lot of, almost like code signs, code words that I'm trying to, figure out plays that they run. So, just try to keep it simple. Be in and around the net and be a good puck retriever.
Jack Roslovic scored a power play goal against Chicago Saturday. He has 4 points in his last 4 games. He joined the Oilers this season after spending last year with the Carolina Hurricanes. The Oilers begin a 2-game road trip in St. Louis against the Blues tonight. Still to come tonight on CTV News, Alberta's ski hills begin opening for the season a little bit earlier than expected. Sunshine Village is the first ski resort to open for the season. The plan was to open this upcoming Friday, but 20 centimeters of snow hit the mountain over the weekend, allowing it to open a bit early. When the flakes started to fly, the resort went to work preparing to open as quickly as possible.
We have to wait until we get enough snow that our cats can go out onto the ground. Then we have to before that, we have to set up various steel poles in the summer. Then we set up the fences to catch the snow. Once we have enough snow caught, we'll take our snow cats and we'll push it out and we'll track back. And then we'll start setting up the runs.
Banff's Sunshine Village is now open daily until May 18th. Lake Louise opens tomorrow, 3 days earlier than expected. And Marmot Basin in Jasper is aiming to open on Friday, November 14th. These images were taken from the mountain webcams. You can see snow has fallen on all areas of the mountain and snowmaking is in full swing. The ski hill is offering a number of deals this year, like free passes and rentals for kids and deals for families. Marmot will be having its season launch tomorrow night in Edmonton. Snow Valley in Edmonton right now, Josh must be wondering, where's all our snow? Can't we open a bit early? It is coming, a little bit at least.
They're not opening that.
Yeah, no.
There's not that much snow coming. It may
a little bit, though.
Maybe a while. Yeah.
I'm optimistic.
Way too early to talk about whether or not it's going to accumulate. Take a look outside right now with the Action Furnace River Valley Skycam. Action Furnace fixed radar, it's free. Mostly cloudy skies, 3 degrees in Edmonton after hitting a high of 7 earlier in the day today. It's 5 in Red Deer, 4 in Fort McMurray, and you're at -1 currently in Lloydminster. It's been a cool afternoon. You do have clear skies, so you did get some sunshine earlier today. There's your clouds, northwestern Alberta, and then from around Edmonton all the way to the south. A little bit of mixed precipitation as well. That'll fizzle out here in the next little bit. And there's the clearing that we're expecting overnight tonight. So we'll start tomorrow. This is 7 a.m. Start tomorrow with some sunshine. And then even through the afternoon, looks fairly sunny. A little bit of cloud cover across the north. Watch Wednesday, though. Some increase in cloud through the day out ahead of this area of low pressure that'll develop somewhere in central or north central Alberta. And where exactly it develops will determine where this band of rain and then snow develops. And so that's why there's still some uncertainty with this. But it does look rather likely that by Wednesday afternoon, we've got some showers from around Edmonton off to the south and southeast. We've got some snow falling back here in through the elbow area. And then at some point Wednesday night into early Thursday morning, this rain will flip over to snow. Now, we're right on the edge of this, according to this modeling, already by Thursday morning, and then kind of fizzles out and moves off to the northeast through Thursday afternoon. So where exactly that line of snow develops, when it flips over from rain to snow, will go a long ways to determining whether or not we wake up with any snow on the ground Thursday morning. I do think that's a possibility, but at this point, I wouldn't say it's a probability. -5 tomorrow morning in Fort McMurray. -8 in Grey Prairie. -7 in Red Deer. We'll be around -4 here in the city in the 2 to 5 degree range across the northeast tomorrow. 6s and 7s for Grey Prairie and Whitecourt. A little cooler and high level at 1. Should get to 5 with some sunshine in Lloydminster and about 7 for Red Deer. Jasper up to a high of 3 with mostly cloudy skies. -4 to start. There's your clearing overnight tonight. And here's your light wind right through tonight and all day tomorrow. High of about 6 by about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Don't forget, midnight Friday is the absolute final deadline in the Stollery Children's Hospital Foundation's Mighty Millions Lottery. You can win the $2.5 million grand prize, which includes $100,000 cash and the luxury show home. Go to mightymillionslottery.com before Friday to get your tickets. 6 degrees in sunshine tomorrow. Will be about 5 or 6 on Wednesday. Gusty wind, though, gusts to about 40 or 50 kilometers per hour. And then at some point late Wednesday, around supper time or into the evening hours, you get a chance of showers, potentially changing over to some snow that lingers into early Thursday morning, and a high of just 1 or 2 Thursday afternoon. It does look like temperatures will rebound slightly for Friday, Saturday, back to about 4 or 5. Maybe another little pocket of precipitation there Friday evening. And then early next week, daytime highs, they don't get way above average, but should be in the 5 to 10 degree range for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
All right, Josh, thank you. When we return, smashing pumpkins, the city's fun way of getting rid of your Halloween jack-o'-lanterns.
I like doing it rather than just throwing it out into a green bin at home.
CTV News at 5 continues.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Here's a fun way to get rid of your jack-o'-lanterns after Halloween. The city hosted its annual pumpkin smash yesterday. People catapulted them, tossed them, or dropped them from 21 meters from a hydraulic lift. Shovels were available for anyone who wanted to smash their own pumpkins on the ground. As fun as it is, the city says it's also an opportunity to teach people about composting.
We are screaming greens, browns, water, air. And greens, browns, water, air is the recipe for composting, whether that's large-scale composting or home composting.
Well, I like doing it rather than just throwing it out into a green bin at home. A little more exciting, obviously, than just letting it sit there. But it took a little convincing for them to destroy their creations.
Oh, they're just going to rot anyway. The city estimates more than 300 pumpkins were smashed over the weekend. And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.